The Keltharian survey vessel Void Seeker drifted through the debris field at the edge of the Epsilon sector, its sensors sweeping for salvageable materials. Captain Vex studied the holographic display with 6 eyes, each pair focusing on different wavelengths of the electromagnetic spectrum. "Commander," called out Navigator Krill from the sensor station, detecting an anomalous signature bearing 27 Mark IV. "It appears to be a vessel." Vex's primary eyes swiveled toward the coordinates. "Classification? Unknown, sir. The hull composition doesn't match any known alloy in our databases. Energy readings are minimal, but there's definitely residual power." Through the view screen, they could see it. A massive warship, dark against the stellar background. Its angular design was unlike anything in the Galactic Coalition's archives. Scorch marks and hull breaches told the story of a fierce battle, yet the vessel remained largely intact. "Size estimate?" Vex inquired. "Approximately 1,200 meters in length. Mass readings suggest heavy armor plating and dense internal structures." Vex's mandibles clicked thoughtfully. The Keltharian Empire prided itself on having the most advanced military technology in the galaxy. If this was some new design from a rival species, they needed to investigate. "Prep the boarding shuttle, take a full science team and security detail." An hour later, Vex stood in the alien ship's main corridor, portable atmosphere generator humming softly. The artificial gravity still functioned, though at a slightly higher setting than Keltharian standard. Emergency lighting cast eerie shadows along the walls. Science Officer Dex ran her scanner over the nearest bulkhead. "Captain, these symbols appear to be a written language. The technology level is remarkable. Some of these components are more advanced than our own." They moved deeper into the vessel, finding evidence of a desperate last stand. Blast marks scarred the walls. Sealed blast doors bore the testimony of cutting tools and explosives. Whatever crew had operated this ship, they had fought with determination. "Captain," called Security Chief Core from ahead, "you need to see this." They entered what appeared to be the bridge. At its center sat a command chair, and beside it a figure in what looked like protective armor. The being was bipedal, roughly humanoid, with pale skin visible through the helmet's visor. "Is it alive?" Vex asked. Dex approached cautiously with her medical scanner. "Negative. Deceased for several rotations, possibly longer. But Captain, look at this." She gestured to a console where symbols glowed softly. As they watched, text appeared on the screen in perfect Keltharian. "Welcome aboard the UES Indomitable. I am the ship's artificial intelligence. How may I assist you?" The boarding party exchanged startled glances. Vex stepped forward. "You can understand our language?" "I have been monitoring your communication since you approached. Your linguistic patterns have been analyzed and incorporated into my translation matrix. Are you here to provide assistance?" "We are explorers. This vessel was found drifting." "What happened here?" The AI paused, processing. "The Indomitable engaged a Devourer's fleet to protect civilian evacuation ships. Captain Adams initiated the endgame protocol when our position became untenable." "Devourers?" Vex had never heard the term. "Hostile xenomorphic entities. They consume all biological matter and convert it to biomass for their collective. The captain sacrificed himself and the crew to ensure the enemy could not breach our containment." Dex was examining the dead figure more closely. "Captain, the physiology is fascinating. Dense bone structure, redundant organ systems, and these neural pathways. They suggest remarkable adaptability and resilience." "What species are you?" Vex asked the AI. "We are human. This vessel originated from the Sol system, 3rd planet. We have been fighting the Devourers for 47 years. Core suddenly tensed, his weapon sensors detecting movement. "Captain, multiple contacts approaching from the debris field." Through the view screen they could see them, organic vessels with pulsing wet surfaces, dozens of them each the size of a destroyer. They moved with predatory grace, homing in on the Keltharian ship. "Devourers," the AI stated matter-of-factly. "They have detected biological signatures. Recommend immediate withdrawal." Our ship can handle a few raiders, Vexy declared confidently. Negative, you are significantly outgunned. However, I can provide assistance. The bridge suddenly hummed with renewed energy. Lights blazed to life and the deck vibrated with power flowing through conduits. All systems online, weapons charging. Would you prefer to observe from a safe distance? Before Vex could respond, the Indomitable lurched forward with startling acceleration. The Keltharian boarding party grabbed for support as the massive human warship plunged into the enemy formation. What followed defied everything the Keltharians understood about space combat. The human vessel's weapons weren't just advanced, they were revolutionary. Energy beams that curved around shields, projectiles that phased through armor before exploding inside targets, and defensive systems that adapted in real time to incoming attacks. But it wasn't the technology that stunned them most. It was the AI's tactical thinking. Where Keltharian doctrine emphasized measured advancement and calculated risks, the human AI fought with creativity and ruthless innovation. It used debris as weapons, turned enemy fire against other targets, and employed strategies that bordered on madness yet proved devastatingly effective. In 17 minutes, 43 Devourer vessels were reduced to scattered biomass. Threat neutralized, the AI announced calmly, returning you to your vessel. As they prepared to depart, Vex turned back to the AI. Why help us? We're strangers. You are biological entities threatened by the Devourers. That makes you allies by default. Captain Adams programmed me with his final directive: protect life, whatever the cost. Back aboard the Void Seeker, Vex stared at the human warship as it powered down to standby mode once again. Sir? Krill ventured. What do we report to command? Vex considered the question carefully. They had discovered something unprecedented. A species that didn't just fight to survive, but fought to protect others. The humans' greatest weapon wasn't their technology or their AI. It was their unwavering commitment to defending life itself. Send a message to the High Council, Vex finally said. We need to find these humans. If they're still fighting the Devourers, they shouldn't have to do it alone. The ghost warship drifted silent once more, waiting for the next time its guardian protocols would be needed.